Hello crafty friends, welcome to day 4 of Die Cut December 2024. Today I am going to use this selection of dies to create 2 birthday cards following this sketch more or less. Feel free to take a screenshot if you'd like to keep a copy of this sketch. The first thing I did was take 2 stitched rectangle panels of smooth white card. These are going to be the front of my cards, and die cut them using some border dies. I've got a scalloped border die with some stitching detail and a zigzag border die. 2 quite different feels but the same principle. I chopped about 1/3 off each one. I did use the grids on my glass mat to help me get my dies lined up straight. Next, I used the same stitched rectangle die that I used to cut out the white panels, and I die cut 2 panels from some patterned paper. These patterned papers are from the 6x6 paper pads that I used in my 6x6 patterned paper pad series. I'll leave a link to that up above and down below in the video description if you want to go and watch that. There's quite a few videos. I cut both of these patterned paper panels in half because I didn't need the whole panel and I thought I'd save the other bit for something else. And I used tape runner to stick half of each panel onto a card blank to the right hand side. And then I put some 1mm thick foam tape on the back of the smooth white cardstock panels that I chopped down with the border die, and I added those to the left of the card blank. So the die cut edges are overlapping the patterned papers. On the sketch I had a black wavy line about 1/3 of the way in on the right hand side, and that's what I used as the inspiration for the border die and the overlap thing. The sketch also has 3 circles about 2/3 of the way up the card. I decided not to use circles for these. I wanted to do something different, so I chose flowers. For the rest of this video, I'm only going to work on the card with the darker pattern paper on it, but I will show you how the other one turned out because you don't need to see me do the same thing twice. But I did take a piece of yellow, sort of mustard yellow damask paper, and I went over it with some antique linen distress oxide just to make the damask pattern, the white part of the paper, the same kind of colour as the rest. I don't have an ink pad for antique linen, but I do have the re-inker, so I just put a little drop on my glass mat and then used a sponge dauber to spread that out, and that worked fine. I then used 3 sizes of flower dies to die cut some flowers out of the yellow card and out of vellum. And then I made some multi-layer flowers. For the big flower, I used a big yellow die cut, then a medium-sized vellum, and then a small-sized yellow die cut. So it goes yellow, vellum, yellow. For the middle-sized flower, I just used the middle-sized yellow and a small vellum. And for the smaller flower, I used 1 yellow and 1 vellum. So I've got 3 sizes of flower there, and they represent the 3 circles on the sketch. To level up my die cuts a little bit, I took some gold gilding wax and gently brushed it using my finger over the petals from the inside to the outside, and this just gives them a little bit of shimmer and shine, and you know how much I love my shimmer and shine. To stick my flowers onto my card, I dipped them in some high-tack PVA glue. I use this glue because it is so tacky that it will hold the flowers in place while the glue dries, so there's no chance of me knocking them, but it's not so quick drying that it will stop me moving them if I want to move them. I hope you see what I mean. I arranged the flowers with the largest one to the left because that seemed to create the balance that I was looking for. I did feel that my flowers needed some leaves though. So I took a piece of patterned paper from the pattern paper pad, a green piece, and added some Hot Tub Catherine Pooler dye ink, again just to unify the colour. You can still see some of the pattern, but it's all green. and then I die cut some small leaves and tucked these in underneath the flowers where I felt it looked right. And I chose this leaf die because the leaves had a bit of a swoop to them, which echoed the swoop in the pattern paper on the background. To give my flowers some centres, I used white Nouveau drops, put a big blob in the middle of each one. This will absorb some of the ink that I put on the paper, but that's fine. I don't mind my white drops tinting yellow. And that was that card mostly done. Then I moved on to the more pastel paper card, and I used shaded lilac distress oxide to add some more purple to some purple stripy paper, and that's what I cut my flowers from. And I added some cracked pistachio to some green pattern paper to cut my leaves. For my sentiment, I dipped into my birthday sentiment stash box and pulled out 2 happy birthdays that I'd previously stamped in black and cut out with their coordinating dies. I chose a typewritery font one for the darker card and a more delicate scripty one for the pastel card. And that was these 2 cards done and dusted. I do hope you like the cards and that you've enjoyed today's Die Cut December video. If you have, please do let me know in the comments, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for day 5 of Die Cut December. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.